Let's talk about the Part D late enrollment penalty. My name is Jamie from meetjamie.com. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I help people all over the country understand how the Medicare program works, as well as find the coverage that fits their needs. Recently, I was reading an article online, and it was a write in from a reader of a newspaper asking a Medicare expert about the Medicare Part D late enrollment penalty. A lot of people don't realize that with Part D, which is the prescription drug coverage part of Medicare, there is a window of opportunity that you have to enroll in a prescription drug coverage plan, I should say, if you don't currently have what's called credible coverage. And so I'm going to share my screen here today. Again, this is a document from CMS entitled the Part D Late Enrollment Penalty. So let's just dive into it, shall we? And if you have questions about this, you can certainly leave them in the comments below. So first off, what's the Part D late enrollment penalty? So the late enrollment penalty is an amount that may be permanently added to a person's monthly premium for Medicare drug coverage. A person may owe a late enrollment penalty if, after their initial enrollment period, they go without Part D or credible prescription drug coverage for any period of 63 days or more in a row. So that remember that number, 63 days. Generally, the late enrollment penalty is added to the person's monthly Part D premium for as long as they have Medicare drug coverage, even if the person changes their Medicare plan. This also means that if a person joins a plan that has a $0 monthly premium, they'll still owe a penalty. The late enrollment penalty amount changes each year because the cost of the late enrollment penalty depends on how long the person went without Part D or credible prescription drug coverage. And by the way, I'll also leave a link to this resource in the description of the video as well. So what is credible prescription drug coverage? Well, credible prescription drug coverage is coverage that's expected to pay on average at least as much as Medicare's standard prescription drug coverage. Most plans that offer prescription drug coverage, like plans from employers or unions, must send their Part D eligible members a yearly notice explaining if, that's the key word, if it's credible coverage. If a person with Medicare doesn't get a written notice, their plan may share this information in its benefits handbook. If they don't know if the drug coverage they have is credible, they should contact the plan to find out. Directly contact the plan. Another question that people have then is, how's the late enrollment penalty calculated? So Medicare calculates the penalty by multiplying 1% of the national base beneficiary premium, also called the base beneficiary premium, times the number of full uncovered months the person didn't have Part D or credible coverage. The monthly premium is rounded to the nearest 10 cents and added to their monthly Part D premiums. And so this gives a couple examples. So let's look at this first one. Mr. Ray joined a Medicare plan before the end of his Part D initial enrollment period in February 2020. However, he disenrolled from that Medicare plan effective December 31st, 2020. If he later joins another Medicare plan in the fall of 2022 during the open enrollment period, his coverage with his new plan will be effective January 1st, 2023. Between leaving his last Medicare plan and joining the new Medicare plan, he didn't have credible coverage for a full 24 months. So starting January 1st, he has to pay 24%. So remember, 1% for each month of each full uncovered month that he was without credible coverage since leaving his first Medicare plan and joining his current plan of the base beneficiary premium for 2023, which was, I'll say was because now it's 2024, $32.74. So Mr. Ray's penalty amount is $7.86 each month. Since the monthly penalty is always rounded to the nearest 10%, 10 cents, he'll pay 7.90 each month in addition to his plan's monthly premium in 2023. So then it gives you a little breakdown. So here's the math. 24 cents is 24% penalty times $32.74, which is the 2023 base beneficiary premium, which comes out to $7.86, which rounded up 10 cents is $7.90. Therefore, Mr. Ray's monthly late enrollment penalty will be $7.90 in addition to the premium that he has on that prescription drug plan. So again, this is talking about the late enrollment fee for the Part D, and they give a couple other examples. So then we drop down here and it says if Medicare systems show someone has a break in credible coverage, will that person have a chance to tell the plan about their prior drug coverage? When a person joins a Medicare plan, the plan will review Medicare's system to find out if the person had a potential break in credible coverage for 63 days or more in a row. If so, now this is important, the plan will send the person a notice asking for information about prior prescription drug coverage. It's very important, just highlight that. It's very important that they complete this form and return it by the date on the form because this is their chance to let the plan know about prior coverage that might not be in Medicare's system. So you say, how could that not be in Medicare's system? Well, anything is possible. Not everything is clearly communicated between all of the entities. This responsibility, much of it, falls on you, the beneficiary, to help Medicare connect the dots. And if you don't, it could cost you. So you want to be mindful of the mail that you get, information that you get from the company that you signed up for, or from Medicare itself. So let's just skip down here. It says another frequently asked question, is there a late enrollment penalty if a person waits 1 month after they were first eligible to add Medicare drug coverage? Again, no, a person must be without credible coverage 63 days or more in a row anytime after they were first eligible for Medicare drug coverage to be charged a late enrollment period. Is there a late enrollment penalty if a person gets extra help and had a break in coverage? No. People who qualify for extra help under Part D won't be charged a late enrollment penalty when they join a plan. And then it gives you a couple other examples here. So what if a person doesn't agree with the late enrollment penalty? So if a person doesn't agree with the late enrollment penalty, they may be able to ask Medicare to review its decision. This is called a reconsideration. The person's Medicare plan will send information how to request a reconsideration. The form lists the reasons a person can ask for and get a review of their case. If the person wants a review of their case, they should complete the form and return it to the address or fax number of the Medicare contract listed on the form. Then it shares a little bit more about how you go about doing that. Can a person who doesn't agree with the late enrollment penalty pay only the premium and ignore the penalty? The answer is no. Under federal law, the late enrollment penalty is part of the premium, so a person who has a late enrollment penalty must pay it with their premium. And then, of course, a lot of people want to know how long will it take to get a reconsideration decision. This says generally Medicare's contractor makes reconsideration decisions within 90 days. What happens if the late enrollment penalty reconsideration decides the penalty is wrong? If Medicare's contractor decides that all or part of a person's late enrollment penalty is wrong, the Medicare contractor will send them and their drug plan a letter explaining its decision. What happens if Medicare's contractor decides the penalty is correct? If Medicare's contractor decides that a person's late enrollment penalty is correct, the contractor will send them a letter explaining the decision and the person must pay the penalty. So, this is something, again, as you get ready to transition to the Medicare program, you want to be aware of the Part D, that's D like dog, D like drug, late enrollment penalty. If you have other questions about Medicare, again, you can certainly leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, you can reach out to me through my website, which is just meetjamie.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you found it beneficial, hit the like button and share it with a friend. We'll see you in the next one.